Real Sociedad 0, Man United 4. And listen, I'm going to say, I don't care if it gets clipped. It's impossible. It is impossible. We are through to the next round of the Europa League. That better not ever come back to haunt me. We lose 5-0 at Old Trafford. Not going to happen. Great game, man. Entertaining game. Entertaining game. Didn't mind the team selection at all. A lot of injuries forced upon Solskjaer as well. And you know he wants to go strong because we need a trophy. Got to adjust the parameters as the season goes on. We don't want to be in it, but we are in it now. The league's gone. We're 10 points behind City. We have to go strong. I like Dan James today. I want to talk about him. Obviously, Ahmad got his debut as well, which was good, even though it was short. Rashford at it again. Bruno Fernandes we'll talk about. Midfield as well. Eric Bailly alongside Maguire. Loads to talk about today. Today was a game that I was worried about. I had this niggly feeling that David Silva could just look like prime David Silva at City. I had a niggling feeling that would regret getting rid of Januzaj. You know, these little things that just creep up. Real Sociedad have been quite good, very good in La Liga early on. Then they slipped off, and then they kind of got a bit of form. I was just expecting a really tricky game from a good team. But what was apparent, apart from the first 5 minutes when we did start really badly, Eric Bailly was shaky. You can tell he'd been out for a while. Couple of giving the ball away in silly areas. Januzaj nearly curled one in the top corner. But after that, what I could see was that Sociedad's centre-halves, their centre-backs did not want any of it in the channels over the top. You had Rashford being really direct on one side, Dan James trying to be direct on one side as well, and I think Mason used the ball really well. And you could see from early on that the game was there for the taking. And it was very frustrating in the first moments. I was super frustrated with Rashford in the first, that he didn't score the first chance. Then when Bruno lays him in for the second chance, super frustrated there. But Rashford does what Rashford does. And this is why he's so important to us, because as frustrating as he could be, I ran KG. I'm like, listen, bro, what's going on? Like, Rashford just needs to finish these chances. But in the same sentence, I said, I know he's going to go on to do something in this game. He's going to score or he's going to assist. And in the end, he did both. And then he gets the assist for Bruno's goal. Bruno, though, I know there's going to be a lot of talk about Dan James because he played really well today. Rashford played really well. Mctominay played really well. Fred played really well, actually. So many good performances. Bruno, man, he was unreal today. He was my man of the match. The way he used the ball through he was playing through to Rashford as well. Should have had an assist for that. Ball through to Dan James. The two finishes that he done as well, especially the second one. He's just on a different level. He really is. Can he be frustrating? Can he be in and out of games? Does he kind of not play by himself, but can he sometimes put us out of joint a bit by chasing after the ball and stuff? Yeah, they're all structural things, coaching kind of situations that we need to rectify. But him, in terms of his numbers and the impact he has on our team, he's just on another planet. I thought everything he done today was absolutely brilliant. Dan James, man, you got to give him his flowers today. I think he was good. The first half, not so much. I think he just did his job. He was compact. He understood his position. You know, he tucked himself in and made it difficult for them to play down that side. He just done his job. Second half is where he really came alive on the counter attack. And I think Real Sociedad actually attacking the game in that way, or playing the game in that manner. It was almost like they didn't read up on us. They literally played into our hands. And I said at halftime when we were 1-0 up, I said, this game is there for 3-0 and to kill the tie. And we went one better and got 4. You could just see the pattern of the game. And even in the second half, when Sociedad came out, they had us for, they had a bit of control of the game for about 10 minutes. And again, counter-attacking situations again. And then we brought the subs on at the right time. I hope that Scott McTominay's not injured. Scott McTominay he's playing well right now. We have to talk about Scott McTominay because I like what he's doing. I think we're starting to see the best of him. We're starting to see that actually he isn't this holding midfielder, really cautious, able to sniff out all the danger and protect the back four. He's actually more than that. Now, is he top draw level? Of course he's not that yet. But within this team and his development, he's, I think, entering into the next stage of his development. He's got the most amount of goals he scored this season. I think he's using the ball pretty well. He's got good feet. He gets out of good situations and releases the ball at the right time. And he's got a good shot on him. Inside right-hand channel, made a forward run. Bruno played a great ball through to him. On a different day he scores, but the keeper saved it. I like what Scott McTominay's doing now. And he's actually really important, especially now Pogba's out. And I'm not trying to say he gives us what Pogba gives us, but in the absence of Pogba, you're going to want another midfielder from deep to be able to give us something different. And whereas Pogba will give us the penetration from deep up to the fronts, up to the forwards, what you get with McTominay is that third man run, that bursting into the box, that arriving late around the edge of the area, because he can strike a ball cleanly, and he's proven that. So I like what Scott McTominay's doing. Alex Telles today as well. I liked him today. I thought he was good. I thought some of the balls he played in the first half were outstanding, and he should have had an assist as well. I think he played the ball for Rashford's first chance, I believe. Yeah, and he might have even played the ball through for Bruno as well. And then I think he did. And then Bruno obviously squared it to Rashford where he didn't score. Rashford took his goal well, though. He took his goal well second half. Great ball from Fred again. Not something we associate with Fred, that kind of defense splitting pass. But again, I think we can't get too carried away with this performance tonight, because it was a typical example of how not to set up against Man United. And obviously expose the weaknesses in their team. Like I said, with the centre halves, the right back went off with cramp, the number 2. And this is why Rashford is so important to us, because as frustrating as he was at moments in the game, in that type of game especially, he's just so direct. You ask any of them fullbacks, do you want to keep going up against Marcus Rashford coming at you and at you and at you? The answer is no. And Dan James on the same as well. As the game opened up, it was the perfect game for Dan James. And that's why, Ricky Wood, said he's a genius and this, that, and the other, and that's fine. I think there's definitely games for Dan James, and it's games that look like this. It's games that are on the counter-attack. When we played big games with Dan James last year, twice against Chelsea, last year, twice against Man City, he plays well in those types of games. Against Arsenal as well last year, even though we didn't get the results that we wanted. He played well. Liverpool, remember he squared it for Rashford as well. Again, counter-attack. Dan James is perfect for those types of games. And if he's used in that way, in them moments, in them games, it's a very useful tool to have. And you know what? Maybe he can play a little bit more. Sometimes you have to look at his fans, and you might be unpopular opinion, or people have this kind of, don't want Dan James to do good because he's our player. We obviously absolutely want him to do good, but because he's kind of had his chance, not been great, looked like he might be going on loan, then stayed, then was kind of frozen out, came in against Leeds, then frozen out again, started against someone else, can't remember, because he hasn't been used that much. It's like we forget his attributes, and today's games proved why Dan James can be effective. No problem with that at all. So I like it. I like his performance really well. I think he done brilliantly. And roll on to the next round. Eric Bailly as well next to Maguire. There's no coincidence that when Maguire plays next to Bailly, he looks good. Do you know what I mean? He always looks good. Apart from that first 5 minutes where Bailly was shaky, he was solid throughout. And Maguire was as well. One thing I did like about what we did today as well was there were a couple warning signs from Sociedad. But what we did really well, which is what we haven't been doing recently, is actually defending really well. Maguire getting out to shots and blocking them. There was a ball in the first half, the second half, that come right across the front post. Maguire comes sliding in. Their striker would have had a tap in. And that's something that we don't defend particularly well, especially Maguire is well, across that front post. Balls coming in low. David Silva fizzed one in the first half. Januzaj as well. And we defended them really well. Mason Greenwood with a great defensive block as well. Getting back and made an interception, put out for a corner. We did that well. So that was another reason why it was a great team performance. And this clean sheet was well deserved. Dean Henderson did have to make a save. I think he made like 1 or 2 easy saves, routine saves. So I like the performance. You can't not like the performance. Good to see Ahmad get on. I wanted him to get on a little bit longer. I thought 3-0 up, surely Ollie just bring him on. Or was it 4-0 up? Still with like 15 minutes to go, I think it was. But he brought him on with 10 minutes to go. And we can't judge. But he did do a couple of little things. Got the ball left side, bounced it off Martial, released it at the right time, skipped away from a defender, got into the box at one time and then kind of got a bit excited and lost it. But what we do know, what we should know, is that this game coming up in the second leg, Amad Diallo should be starting again in 90 minutes. Dan James on one side, Diallo on the other. And, you take your pick. If Cavani needs a game, play him, or put Greenwood up there again or whatever. Don't even play Bruno Fernandes. We're 4-0 up, put Mata in the 10. Matic can start next to Van der Beek. Maybe he's back. Telles again. I'd play Tuanzebe right back. Bailly again. And we just know that Maguire's going to play. And Henderson in goal. That's the team. That is the team for the second leg. Without a doubt. It should be the team because we're 4-0 up. But Amad Diallo should be getting 90 minutes, in my opinion. Or he should definitely be starting the game. But all in all, through to the next round, my man of the match, Bruno Fernandes. followed by Dan James, followed by Rashford, followed by McTominay, followed by Fred. Really good performances today. And Maguire and Bailly done their thing as well. So yeah, Ollie got it right. Ollie got it spot on. Good changes, clean sheet. Roll on Newcastle. Interesting game because it doesn't matter where these teams are in the league, how they're struggling or not struggling. It does not matter. We are very inconsistent right now in the league. 1-5 in the league. And we need to put that right because then there's big games against Chelsea and City to come. So if we don't get 3 points against Newcastle, it's looking very peak. Very peak. So we move. See you guys then Sunday.